Hey everybody, it's that time. I'm going to be reviewing the all-new Polaroid Go camera. Now this is something that I've been waiting on for a very long time, and I know a lot of you guys have. I get comments almost daily from people asking when Polaroid is going to create a smaller, more portable camera, and I've got to tell you, that day has arrived. Before I get too far into the review, I just want to make sure that you know, if you love film photography and film cameras and all of that cool stuff, this is the place for you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more film photography related videos, and you can become a part of this channel as it grows. So the Polaroid Go is Polaroid's first miniature camera, and it's very impressive in the fact that they get quite a bit of photo taking ability into such a small device. I'm going to show you a comparison between the photos that this takes and the photos that the Polaroid Now takes, and the Polaroid Now is significantly bigger. Here's the Polaroid Now, and here's the Polaroid Go. As you can see, there's quite a bit of difference there. These two cameras are very different in terms of size, and they're also very different in terms of the type of person that might want to buy this if you're only choosing one camera. But this isn't a comparison video. I'm going to have a video on these two later on, battling it out and seeing which one's right for you. This video is to talk about this one here, the all-new Polaroid Go. Let's talk about the buttons really quickly. There's a big red button on the top that you press in order to take your photo. You half press to do the autofocus, and then you full press to take your photo. One thing that I have noticed is that if the lighting is not very good, it might take a couple seconds to get that photo. So for indoor photos, you really want to make sure that you've got a steady hand, or you've got it setting on top of something that's very steady. You don't want a blurry photo, even though the film is a lot more affordable for this camera than it is for the Polaroid Now. So you can turn the flash on or off, it's entirely up to you, but what I will say is when you press the flash button up here on the top, it's that little tiny button there, you have to wait just a second for it to turn the flash off, and you'll know that it's turned off because normally there is a little tiny dot that shows up under the flash. I'll go ahead and show you that. So you see that little dot right there? If I press the flash button to turn it off, it takes just a second, but as you can see, it disappeared. It turned that completely off. So that's pretty cool that it has that option and that it's that quick. It's not instant, it's not immediate. It does take just a second. One really cool feature about this camera that is almost a must nowadays, but you can't take it for granted, is the fact that this is a rechargeable camera over here to the side, and it does come with the included cords that will allow you to charge it. So do keep that in mind. It is rechargeable. You don't have to buy batteries for it, which is just great. And I've waited to insert a new pack of film so that I can show you how to do it. There's a little latch down here on the bottom. We're just gonna go ahead and push that over. The bottom pops right open. And as you can see, I've already got a pack of film in here. I'm going to go ahead and take it out, peel down a little bit, and the sticker's right there on the film, and it just pops right out. Look how tiny this is. It is extremely small. I'm going to go ahead and put a new pack of film in and then show you some photos that I got with this camera. So the film comes in a pack like this, and one thing you're going to notice, you have to notice about this, is the fact that they're including a little pack of stickers with every single pack of film that you open. It's a very strange choice, but Polaroid is going after a more casual demographic with this. They're not going after necessarily the professional photographer. This is a camera that they've targeted towards just about everybody who wants to get into instant film photography. So let's go ahead and put this in. We just want to make sure that the gold arrows right here, the gold sticker, matches up with the gold sticker inside of the Polaroid camera. It's very simple. Just make sure that the gold matches up like that. There's going to be a gap, but you just want to make sure that the gold here matches up with the gold at the top. And you just shut the camera. Make sure you shut it really good, and you'll hear this. Pops the film out. It's actually not the film, it's the slide that goes over top of the film to keep your actual film from getting exposed. So let's check out some photos. This is just a picture that I took with the Polaroid Now. It's also the same size as a Polaroid 600 film. Any kind of I-type film is going to be this size. This is a standard Polaroid size right here, and this is the Polaroid Go photo size. As you can see here, there's a difference. I'm going to go ahead and just put it right there so that you can compare the two yourself. There is a bit of a difference, but you might also notice that the quality isn't that different. You're going to get pretty much the same quality, just in a different, smaller form factor. I did not expect it to be this small when I first got this camera, but I've got to say this size is really growing on me. One other really big thing to note is that this one feels quite a bit heavier these don't feel that heavy. They don't feel as thin as the sticker paper that Polaroid used to do, because they're actual Polaroid film, which I really appreciate. This is legit Polaroid film here, but it's not as heavy as this one, and this one's not even that heavy, so as you can kind of imagine, it's pretty lightweight. So let's take a look at a few photos that I got. I'm going to show you one by one and just discuss the photos with you. This was one of the first photos that I took with the Polaroid Go, and it is a picture of myself indoors, not great lighting, but it actually turned out pretty good. It was just arm's length away, so it wasn't anything too crazy. I didn't have to get like a selfie stick and extend it to get a in-focus photo. The next photo we've got here, I took a picture of a piece of art that I really like. It's a geode pattern, and it actually looks really cool. One thing that I did notice about this film is it takes a little bit longer than it said to develop. Normally you have about 5-10 minutes you can start to see your photo, and it is technically ready for you to look at, but I noticed that after about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, the colors really started to come out in these, and they started to look a lot more crisp and clear. It is something to keep in mind that if your photo doesn't look great at first, give it some more time and you're likely to get that photo that you were wanting. This next one here is a picture that I took through a window of a nearby lake and a nearby mountain, and this was near sunset, so it was kind of dark. You can tell that the blues really pop in this particular film. I accidentally took 2 of these when I was taking the selfie picture just to see how it works and to test out the selfie mirror that's on the front, and as you can see, you actually do get a pretty good idea of what picture you're taking when you're using that selfie mirror, but it's pretty much like that first photo. Now this one I took in front of a mirror with just an overhead light, and I actually think it turned out really well. Next one here, again, not great lighting because this was indoors with no actual overhead light, but as you can see, the colors turn out pretty well with this one too. Now this next one is a tree outside, and I've been super busy lately running back and forth to different places, and I've got to say this was through my car's front window. I'm just going to let you know, Polaroid cameras are not famous for taking photos through mirrors and windows and things like that. Polaroid cameras usually have to have really good lighting, but the Polaroid Go seems to be picking up quite nicely on any light that's available. Obviously, taking these photos on a bright, really sunny day would have been ideal, but that's not something that I've had access to lately, and I want to get this review out to you because I want you to be able to make your decision on the Polaroid Go versus the Polaroid Now and all of the other options out there based on the information that we've got right now. Obviously, I've got a million more videos coming on the Polaroid Go, so that's why you need to make sure you're subscribed so that you get all of those. If you don't already have a Polaroid Go or a Polaroid Now, I'm going to put links down in the description to the very best prices on these things. So if you want a really good deal and you also want to get yourself a film photography camera, a Polaroid camera, be sure to check out those links, but definitely make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss any more film photography related videos. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out in any way possible. Let me know in the comments what you think about the all new Polaroid Go, and I'll see you guys later.